beauty of the land of Israel, the eternal homeland of the Jewish people. Prophecy tells us that the land will only bloom when the Jews return from exile, and here in today's Israel, we see the fulfillment of that prophecy. As the Jewish people began returning to the land of Israel in the 1800s, they found barren hills, swamps, and unfarmable land. Mark Twain described it as desolate and wondered how anyone could live here. But as God granted the Jews the right to return to their homeland, they worked hard to drain swamps, wipe out malaria, reforest barren hills, plant, harvest, and the land bloomed for the first time in more than 1,000 years.
In buying a piece of Israel, you will be joining an historic opportunity. I say history because in modern history, this is what was done, the reclaiming of the land of Israel. This was not only done in the secular world, but the religious as well. An example of this that comes to mind is Yoel Moshe Solomon, who originally was a tremendous Torah scholar who learned under the Rav of Yerushalayim, Rav Shmuel Salant. However, later in his career, he decided we also must go out and start farming the land. And this eventually led to the purchase and the farming of the first moshav in Israel, known as Petach Tikva.
It was Jewish labor, the work ethic of those who loved the land of Israel, that began the rebirth of agriculture in the once barren land. As the land of Israel once again bloomed for the returning Jews, many Arabs from surrounding countries flooded into pre-state Israel. Today in the Galilee, the majority population is Arab, and they are also slowly, illegally, encroaching on state land. Building without permits is the norm here. The gray buildings are those under construction. Arabs build houses in the middle of land zoned only for agriculture, like this olive grove, and soon an entire village springs up. As the first step towards taking our land back, Buy a Piece of Israel is working to rekindle the flame of Jewish agricultural labor in Israel. The aim of the Buy a Piece of Israel program is to buy up plots of land, such as this one in the heart of the Galilee, in order to keep as much land as possible in Jewish hands. Jews will be trained to work and cultivate the land, as the early pioneers did, planting crops for profit to the landowners. It's a mitzvah, commandment from the Bible, to own land in Israel. And all land purchased through Buy a Piece of Israel will be worked in accordance with Jewish law.
All Jewish law being observed, including Orlah, which means keeping the produce for the first 3 years alone, leave it alone till the 4th year, including Shemitah, where once in every 7 years land is kept fallow, not to be worked on, including Trumot u'Masrot, where every year portions of the land, portions of the produce is given off to the poor, to people who do not have. This is a unique opportunity for the Jewish investor to both own a piece of Israel and share in the mitzvot that are related to having a piece of Israel.
The demographic threat to the Galilee is not the only one facing Jews in Israel. Arabs from outside of Israel are buying land throughout the country, and massive land theft by Israeli Arabs is slowly chipping away at the ability of Jews to dwell throughout the land. Your support of Buy a Piece of Israel is a win-win deal. Buying up as much land as possible keeps it in Jewish hands, and also will create jobs for youth in the Galilee and from all over the Jewish world.
Today is Tu B'Shvat, the New Year of Trees. And in honor of Tu B'Shvat, We came out to this recently purchased property and we planted it up full with Suri olives. All the trees came from a Jewish-owned and run nursery. All the labor today was done by Jewish hands. In 4 years from now, it's halakhically acceptable to start to pick the olives. And with God's help, Bezrat Hashem, we will continue with the harvesting and production of olive oil, also only with Jewish hands. This is our first planting this year, and we would love the opportunity to plant up more and more and keep the land in Jewish hands and reclaim sovereignty in the Galil.
מה דעתך על זה שבחורים מישיבה התיכונית פה בטבריה באים לעבוד בעבודת האדמה בגליל?
זה דבר חשוב מאוד ומכובד מאוד, וצריכים ללמד את הנוער ואת היהודים לחזור למקורות ולעבודה הציונית בארץ ישראל. ולא רק לשבת ולחפש מקורות מימון שלא שייכים לאדמה.
לדעתך הם עושים עבודה טובה?
הם עושים עבודת קודש.
Our land, if we let Arabs do the work and picking them, it gives them the feeling that they own the land.
Everybody's